Hi, I'm here in Prague at PHP Central Europe talking about what's new in PHP. We are releasing a new version of PHP coming up within the month, PHP 7.3, with a couple of new features, flexible here doc and a couple of others. But more importantly, some better optimization in the opcode cache, dead code elimination and SCCP work. So expect to see 5 to 10% performance boost over PHP 7.2. I'm quite excited about being here in Prague at this conference. I like the fact that we pull together people from many countries. We can expose PHP to that many more users and countries, and people get together also and see what other PHP developers are doing in other nearby countries. So I think these events are very, very valuable to the PHP community as a whole, and to me as well. I always learn a lot from these conferences. I learn what the pain points are for people. I hear all the horror stories and things that have gone right as well, and things that have gone wrong. People who have tried to upgrade but couldn't for whatever reason. And all this information goes back in as sort of data points into the next versions of PHP and sort of which direction we take things and things that we need to do better, things that we can improve on. So for us as PHP core developers, these events are extremely useful, but I think they're even more useful to the attendees that come to these events. Thank you very much for listening to me.
This conference was previously known as PHPCon Poland, but now the concept changed and the locations are roaming. So this year it's Prague, next it's going to be Dresden, and the next year's is still open for new cities. This year's PHP Central Europe conference was a special one. We had a great weekend with a lot of great guests. If you are a PHP enthusiast, make sure to join us next year, 2019, in Dresden.
I was really surprised by the sheer size of the community of developers, PHP developers in the east part of Europe. There's both a huge crowd, large amount of people, and very various experiences of development, different takes on tools and approaches to process code. So splitting the levels between beginners and top. And I think that's really important. That's something that's already available at the CFP level, where we actually have to provide and prepare the talk depending on the audience. There are audiences that are beginning or are, I would say, curious, so they want to learn something new, they want to know what happens, they want to do the first step in a new field they haven't tried yet, so it needs to be really wide and open. And sometimes you already know about those matters. You want to go deep, you want to meet one of the cutting-edge experts, people who really go far and beyond anything else. And that needs context. You need to come prepared with experience, with some know-how, maybe some not know-how, things you have missed and you want to fix with those people. And so that really helps choosing the different sessions and what subject you want to learn. I love all elephants. I brought the oldest elephant here to welcome the newest elephant. The real value of the elephant is in the community value. You look at it, you know there's a thriving community behind the elephant, and that's all you need. Going to PHPC is going more than just reaching for experts and knowledge. It means meeting the community. It means meeting people who are sharing both your problems and your ideals. And that's really 2 days that are intense and from where you learn a lot.
Are you enjoying this conference?
Good, good. Speakers are good, especially this man here. It's been a good show. Food was great.
Will you enjoy next year?
Yes, I will. Plan to be back.
The talks were really high level. I'm really glad that there was a lot of talk about event sourcing and CQRS. Actually, I learned a lot there, and probably I will push this solution or whatever to some new projects.
And what about Rasmus' talk?
It was nice. It was really interesting, and the way he actually presented the PHP, what he pointed out about the types, that okay, we can do strict typing on everything, but it will impact performance, and that's not something we want to do.
Thank you guys for the great conference in Prague, because in Prague we don't have PHP conferences as much, and it's really nice from you to bring your baby from Poland to Czech, and I really looking forward to next year in the Dresden.
I really like the fact that such a monster event went to Prague this year, because with Brno PHP we lost a proper PHP conference that would happen in the Czech Republic. I've been doing PHP for a long time, so having a conference in Prague is not only about talks for me, but also about meeting a lot of other people that I don't have a chance to meet for the rest of the years. I went to PHPCon Poland 2016, where I was giving 2 talks. PHP CE Prague is a little bit different because the PHPCon Poland was in a remote location in the middle of the woods, and this is in the city center of Prague. I'm also enjoying the fact that this is the first conference after a long time that I just went as an attendee, because I got used to giving talks at conferences. Here I'm just to relax here in my hometown.
As many people know, I'm from Brazil. I need to catch a 30 hours flight. So what motivated me to come here was the opportunity to visit a country that nobody knows me, my person, but my work. Was the opportunity to show my work to the people I barely know. I only know for the internet. About the event, I can say best events I've ever attended, because the touch you have with the attendants, the touch you have with the speakers, the touch with everything. So I can say this is the best event in the world I've ever attended. Congratulations to the organization. I believe the idea of PHPC start to move around Europe is fantastic, because we know that people usually attend to events close to their house or close to their neighborhood, but we are in Czech, and I just got to know that almost 50% of the people attending are from Poland. Moving to a country to another for a conference, that's a really big deal. And I see people, and I see the events next year, and the next year, moving to other countries and bringing more and more people. I can actually say that in 5 years, PHPC must become the most big event in Europe talking about PHP. And in 5 years, thousands, 2,000, 3,000 people will be like, okay, this year we have PHPC. We don't want to know where it is. I want to be there because it's the best event in Europe. And yes, I can actually say that PHPC in a couple of years might become outside Europe because of the quality of the event. So I want to invite you to come next year to PHPC. If you are from Europe, you should really be here, because I'm from Brazil and I'm here. So if you're from Brazil and I am here, you are from Europe, you should be here.